Hey everyone, we're going to be looking at KVest today. Specifically, we're going to be looking at the 3D animation that it builds and how we can kind of use it to teach and coach through the software as opposed to just using it for report and data generation. So the idea behind the 3D animation is that after every swing, you get a 3D model of what the hitter looks like in 3D space, and it gives you just another idea of how the player is moving. So you can flip around the angles, you can get it from multiple different perspectives. So just keep on kind of changing on us. We can actually pause it. We can fast forward a couple ticks here and there. It gives us the ability to not just like use our eyes, but to also slow it down and to kind of get an idea of what we want. And what's nice about the software is you can put on these little bars that will represent the kind of the K angle, and even we'll give it to you in the bottom. So you can start to see like where is the K angle being created, how is it being created, how is it moving, how connected might it be, different questions that you might have. So it just kind of gives you another opportunity to use it as kind of like a teaching tool. And you can kind of see where the rotation happens. And even if you believe that a certain thing happens, right? So if I want to make sure that my player isn't kind of going to be moving this arm off, I can get it from the front. Let me see if I can find it from the front. Yeah. And I can start to see what kind of a move is my player making. Is he making a front end move with this, with his shoulder? Is he flying outward, or is he working upward through the zone? And this is just the kind of thing that we can use in real time to help coach our players. Okay, that's just one example of it. If we don't want to get too complicated, we can remove the hips, we can remove the shoulders, we can remove the torso. Okay, and we can just really narrow down to exactly what we want to teach and how we want to teach it. Okay, and we can even add metrics on if we want to, depending on what we want. Okay, if we know what we're looking for. I think one of the biggest things to realize about the KVest is that you need to have a good idea of what you're looking for and what you feel is important. Because if you don't have that going into it, that's the first thing that every coach should do as they start to use this technology, is decide what they value and how they're going to measure it, and then what plan they're going to put in place afterwards to try to reassess it. Okay, so this is just one example of it. We can go, a million other things. All right, I'm going to get rid of the shoulders and just have the hips. So we kind of get an idea of how they're moving, the kind of bend that we're creating in them, how it's loading, different things. Okay, so this is just going to be a really simple video of just what it can do, and I hope that it kind of helps you kind of think about teaching through the technology as opposed to just using it for reports.